Should be live, right? I think so. Anyway, for those watching later, this is going to be a Heartland Championships recap stream. I'm pretty busy these next couple of days, so I wanted to... I normally stream on Saturdays, but this is a Friday, so hopefully it's working. The video quality doesn't seem to be as good as normal, but should be good to go. So just gonna make sure I'm live and wait for people to join, and then we'll start talking about the competition. It was pretty good, So yeah. Hey, people are joining. Hey, how's it going? Theta, I'm not sure. I remember you, but I don't remember how to pronounce your name. But Twister, how's it going? Hey, Tyler, how's it going? Glad you can make it. James Quinn, glad to see you here. All right. So today I'm just going to be talking a bit about the Heartland Championships. I've got another competition, not tomorrow, but Sunday. And I don't know if I'll have time to stream tomorrow, but I did want to talk about the Heartland Championships. It was a great competition. I made a few Instagram posts while I was there, and then one later on, and it was great. So yeah, I guess I'll just, if anyone's got any initial questions while people are joining, I can answer them now. But then I'm going to get into the competition a little bit. So yeah, all right, looking good. That is not correct. Alright, so I'm not sure why the stream is showing the statistics part of my timer, because on the streaming software it shows the timing part. But anyway, that's probably, I don't know if I'll be doing any time solves today, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So, alright. Daniel, hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it today. Do you prefer standard or a magnetic clock? I'll actually talk about that. I've got my magnetic clock here once I get to that part of the competition. Some interesting stuff. So, yeah. Okay. What is Woj? It is a misspelling of the word woe. So, yeah. My main 4x4 is the Cube Depot Rocket Yushin Blue M. It's really good. I've got it right here. I've really been enjoying 4x4 since I've gotten it. So yeah, so the Heartland Championships, it was in Minnesota, about 4 hours, a little over 4 hours away, kind of in downtown Minneapolis, kind of at the, like, one of the ends of downtown. I think the south end, maybe. I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name because it's a collection of letters, but hello, how's it going? That you can make it. Paydog Cuber, what's your fastest clock time? It's under the world record single, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe 363 or 360. It's 360 something, I'm pretty sure. But Andrew, hey, how's it going? Glad you can make it today. We're just starting talking about the Heartland Championships. So I left Friday morning. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday competition. Got there about 9:30 Friday morning, and the first person I saw was actually Eric from Cube Depot, and he was eating, so I just talked to him a little bit, and then I went and walked around the town a little bit while I waited for people to get there, and then we started up the staff competition at like 1 o'clock. What's your favorite event? My favorite event is Megaminx. It's not my best event, but I like it a lot. So we started the staff competition, and I don't remember what we did first, but we did like 2x2, 3x3, 5x5, square one, and scube. And that might have been it. We kind of ran behind. We were planning to do 6 and 7 at the staff competition. We also did Pyraminx. That's what it was. And so we ran out of time for 6 and 7, but I'm going to send a 3x3 scramble in the chat. And it was the first scramble of my average, and I kind of messed it up like I was turning really slowly, but I still got a personal best single on it. I closed out my stream on accident here, but I can bring it back up quickly. Um, I'll do the scramble. I used the GTS2 magnetic for 3x3, which I was kind of surprised. I kind of started liking it like 2 days before the competition, and so I used it there for 3x3. And okay, and so there's the 3x3 scramble. That was the first one I got. So the white cross, it's a 6-move double X cross. I do have a Ganair SM. Hey Brandon Nunez, how's it going? Just talking about 3x3 round 1 at the Heartland Championships. So there's that 1-move 2x2. This would be amazing for FMC. And then there's this pair that's already done, and lots of good stuff. So let's see. This is what I want. So I didn't even look at green or orange. Green would have been pretty good too, but so I did white, something like that, and yeah, that's what I did. I did that and then got a J perm, and it was like an 8.0, but it could have been a lot faster. So that started off the average. The average didn't end up being that great. It was an 11.29 average, which got me to round 2, which is all I could really hope for. Yeah, it was a pretty easy scramble. What up, Brandon? I just sent a scramble in the chat. I don't know if you were there for it, but that was the 3x3. Yeah, you were definitely there, but I don't remember if you got it or not, is what I meant to say. The really easy white cross, and yeah. So then we didn't do 4x4 at the staff competition. 2x2 is whatever, and then 5x5 I did really bad. Luckily they had 3 rounds, so I at least got a second chance. Keeping on my mind. Hey, how's it going? Okay, let's see. Then we did Pyraminx, and I was kind of worried I wasn't gonna make Pyraminx Finals because there was only 2 rounds. I got like a mid-5 average in round 1 at the staff competition, and then Scube is kind of whatever. I didn't pay attention to that at all. But then after the staff competition, we had a few events for everyone to compete in. We did multi-blind. I believe that was first. Yes, we did multi-blind. I got 5 out of 8, which was pretty bad. I was hoping for a much better result than that. It was also in like 58 minutes. I spent a lot of time reviewing, and it just didn't go well. 2 of my cubes, though, they were off by 2 flipped edges. So and then the first cube I missed. I had different number of targets for. I had even for edges and odd for corners. So I don't know what I messed up there, but. And then feet round 1, that was interesting. There was a world record set by Daniel Rose Levine. It's my first time doing an average of 5, and inspecting with my hands. I got a 1 minute 2 second average, which was a personal best, just because I don't have any good feet results. Is primary plastic softer than regular plastic? I think so. It doesn't have the extra dye and stuff in it. But yeah, yeah, it was interesting. I didn't watch him solve the world record because I was competing in the same heat, so I couldn't. And I don't know if I would have anyway. But I looked over. I was looking in his direction when he got it and reacted, and that was interesting. My friend was judging. My other friend scrambled, so. And then after feet that day we had FMC, which went all right. It was my first official FMC in over a year, so I was I was a little bit nervous about it. I ended up getting a 36, which wasn't that bad, but definitely could have been better. And then the next day, after the competition, we we were gonna go to dinner, but I don't remember where. I don't remember where we went. That might have been the day we went to a Mexican restaurant, but yeah, I think it was. So early stream, yeah. I don't know if I'll have time to do it tomorrow. I have some friends coming over tomorrow, so we might be able to might do a stream with them if we're bored, or we might go somewhere and do something. But yeah, hopefully it'll be fun either way. Carl still cubing. Hey, how's it going? Sorry you weren't able to make it to the competition. I sent a scramble in the chat a little while ago, an official scramble that I got in 3x3 round 1, and it was pretty easy. I should figure out how many moves mine was, but yeah. How long will you stream for? I don't know. I was thinking maybe around an hour, hour and a half, depending on how it goes. I don't have too much time today, but it's looking good. So then Friday night after the competition, Brandon Michael, Jacob Ambrose, Zach White, and we went to a store to get snacks. I posted a picture of this on Instagram of our cart, and the angle I took the picture from, you couldn't really tell how many cookies we got. We did get some fruit. The apples were not that big of a hit. The bananas were a big hit, and then the cookies, obviously, they all went. So we were gone at like midnight to get staff snacks because that's, I guess, when we went. But so we were out pretty late, and we went to like a grocery store. Like we had to go to a 24/7 grocery store because nothing else was open, and it was like a half-hour drive away, and it was a weird place. So yeah, and we were under budget too. We spent $137 on one shopping cart of snacks, which we had a budget of like 200, so we did pretty good. And then Saturday morning, we weren't able to get in the room until like 8 in the morning. So, and we had check-in. I wasn't doing check-in, thankfully. I had to do check-in at Nationals, and that wasn't fun. Like, it's fun talking to everyone as they're getting there, but finding everyone's name and not being able to understand or spell names very well, I had a hard time with it. So, and then we did 4x4 and one hand. I competed in those at the normal time. All the staff did. 4x4 went really well. I posted a picture on Instagram of my average. I got a 39.16 average in 4x4 in round 1. It was pretty nice. And then nothing really happened. I spent most of the day scrambling until lunch. Good stuff happened at lunch. We had pizza, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. So then 6x6 and Megaminx were going on. Yeah, I didn't compete in those during the day of the competition because I did them later and earlier. So then clock round 1. I didn't do so well. I DNF'd a 5 because I didn't start the timer. And the average would have been a lot faster, but it was just round 1, so it didn't matter. It ended up being an 8 average. But even if I had counted the 5, I would have had a counting 5. There still would have been a counting 8, so it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, okay. Column, I did ship your 5x5. It's all good. So, yeah. And then after clock, I was doing some stuff, and then I did multi-blind attempt number 2. I don't remember if I did it before or after clock, but it was bad. I tried to just do 3 cubes because I wanted better than what I have, 2 points. I just wanted 3 points. And I didn't want to take too much time because we were running behind on schedule. So I just wanted to do my multi-blind quickly, and I I messed up one of the like normal 3-blind cube, and it was bad, and it was like 12 minutes, and it was bad. So then after multi-blind, I got there for 7x7. We're just doing the staff rounds at the normal time, and so I do one of my solves. It goes, I don't remember what happened. 7x7. It was 3:38, so that was all right for me at the time. I was all right with getting a 3:30. Hey, David, how's it going? Glad you could make it today. I'm just getting to 7x7 now. Also, I sent a scramble earlier in the chat, David, from the staff competition in 3x3. I'd recommend checking it out. How long did it take you to get sub 20? From when I learned how to solve a cube to when I got sub 20 was like 3.5 years or so. After I started speed queuing, it was around a year. Excuse me. So 7x7, 3:38 first solve. On my second solve, I sit down and Kevin Hayes is already solving at the other station at the same table where I sit down to solve. So I wish I would have recorded this solve because it would have been a pretty good video. But I didn't want to bother him like turning on the camera, and also I didn't record the first solve, so there was really no point. But while I was solving, he got the first ever sub 2-minute 7x7 solve next to me at the same table, and so of course there's a big reaction. And when he stopped the timer to get the first sub 2-minute, we were having a lot of timer problems that day, so when he stopped the timer, my timer reset. And so that was fine with me. I think it was a bad solve anyway. It was like going bad, and plus I was a little bit distracted during the reaction, which I was fine with. But so then I got a resolve, and it was like a 340 something and a 339 average, which I thought was a personal best, but it must. Oh no, the average was 145. That's right. So, no, it should have been a personal best average. I didn't think I had anything faster, but I guess I did. So, then blindfolded went all right. Yeah, I saw that, David. He was in the background. So, blindfolded, I got an average. I got a personal best single and average in round 1. And so that was fine. And then I hadn't gotten a personal best blind single since 2016. And then later that night we had FMC's second solve, and I got a 32, which I had a 23 moves to 3 corners, which could have been better, but I kind of ran out of time. So it ended up being a 32. And then that was pretty much it. So then that night, after the competition and wrapped up everything, we were trying to figure out what to have for dinner. And I was there again with Jacob Ambrose and Zach White. And we didn't know what to get. There wasn't much open. And Chipotle was open, but we didn't want to have Chipotle, so we start walking to Wendy's. It's supposed to be a 20-minute walk to Wendy's, and we leave like right at 9, and we get to Wendy's after an hour walk, and it's 10:03, 3 minutes after 10, and the dining room at Wendy's closes at 10, so they wouldn't let us order food. And so this was actually one of the pictures on my Instagram post. We tried to walk through the drive-thru, and they wouldn't let us. So, hey JV Cuber, how's it going? White Cubes, yeah, I'm streaming on a Friday because I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow. Reagan, first comp in a week. Should I wear earmuffs? That's really up to you. Wearing earmuffs would bother me, but some people really have a lot easier time solving with earmuffs. So, excuse me. And then, so after they wouldn't let us order food at Wendy's, We walked to a gas station and then walked a little ways away, and then decided finally to get an Uber, which we should have just Ubered there, but we didn't. So, and we asked the Uber driver if they would take us through the drive-thru at Wendy's, and he didn't speak English very well and just was like, no, very busy. So we didn't get Wendy's. So then David asked why we didn't just eat at the restaurant downstairs, because the food wasn't very good and it was expensive. We had looked at the menu right before leaving, and then we had also heard the food wasn't very good. So then we get an Uber back, and we end up just eating at the restaurant anyway. So I spend $20 on a hamburger and French fries. Oh, Felix Bouchard, $1. Thank you very much. Very good. It's the first ever super chat for YouTube. So, hey Lauren, how's it going? So, end up spending $20 on a hamburger, like I said, and that was that. So then, after eating, do you use reduction or free slice for edge pairing? Free slice. I used to use reduction until I used reduction way too long. So, yeah. And then, so after we ate, me and Garrett Webster, we went up. Some people were playing basketball. Redneck Cuber, what's up? Man, I wish I could go to Southeast. Okay, let's see. I had food with Brian and DRL. Yeah, we saw them eating at the restaurant when we left. So, but then after we ate, it was like I want to say like 11 or so, and then me and Garrett Webster went up to play basketball. Chris Olsen and his girlfriend were there. Eric Zhao and Kit Clement. David Wynn was there, and Sranch. So we were playing basketball. We played 4-on-4, and I think my team lost. It was really fun though. I hadn't been able to like play any like physical games in like years. So that was pretty fun. I felt like a bit of a detriment to my team. I was on a team with Chris Olsen and his girlfriend and Garrett Webster. And so I was good at rebounding. I could rebound pretty good, but I can't shoot. I can't shoot very well. Yeah, David, you should have been there. It was you could have been taken my spot on a team. It would have been a lot better. We played like Knockout or Lightning too. But it was a really nice hotel. Like a big portion of the 6th floor, they had a full-size basketball court, like 4 different weight rooms, a pool, all sorts of stuff there, and it was all really nice stuff. They had a whole bunch of basketballs and everything, and it was great. That was the only time I went up there, but it was really nice to be included and be able to actually play sports, because I wasn't I obviously wasn't that good. Couldn't run too much, but was pretty nice. So then and then after that, Chris Olsen, his girlfriend Sarah, and we were walking back. We were all 3 of us were staying on the 5th floor. They had a room with someone else, and then I was in a room with my mom and sister. And I did do blind. I got an average in both rounds. The first round I got a personal best single and average, and then I'll talk about the second round, final round coming up for Sunday. But anyway, so we're trying to go back, and how they have it set up is kind of weird. There's one elevator that only goes to the 6th floor and is only for like the event area and the like gym and pool and everything. And so we try to walk through these doors that go on the stairwell. You're not supposed to go in the stairwell, but we needed to get through kind of quickly. And we got locked in. Like, they weren't locked from the outside, but they were locked on the inside. So we get locked in this stairwell, and the only access is to go outside. So that wasn't fun. So I ended up calling someone, and they that was staying on the same floor, and they came in. There's like several different stair sets, so they were trying all the different stair sets, and finally they got to ours. So we were locked in this stair set for a while, but then I got back to my room, I don't know, like 1:30 or so. And then Sunday morning, so last day, we do FMC attempt number 3, and that was the first thing. And I was pretty nervous at the end of this attempt. I got a 42, which is really bad for me, but excuse me. But I like completely ran out of time. I had something that should have been around a 35, but I couldn't make it work. And so I was running out of time just writing stuff down. Now, for FMC, I always make my penmanship much nicer than it normally is so people can read it clearly. And I was shaking so much, it was bad on the last one. And I finished with like less than a minute left, just writing down a 42 that I just had. I just took a start of something I already had and just did like linear, like just wrote down a regular solution. So my average in FMC ended up being 36.67, which isn't bad, but it's certainly not what I was hoping for. And then so all the final rounds for that day, I did so we had 3 rounds of skew that day, so I had already done skew. And then we did feet finals, and I got a I'm gonna get to clock in a little bit, so and then yeah. So feet finals, I do like all right on the first 2 solves. I got 58 and then a 48, and then I messed up really bad and got a 138, and and was pretty I wasn't worried because I was like, it won't count. Average of 5 now, it's great. I don't need to have a bad time. But then I mess up like one of the easiest solves I ever had officially. All of the pairs were 3-move inserts, and I got a 136 somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. So the average was pretty much over at that point, but it was an alright single, and I ended up getting 5th place. I got 3rd in the first round, which I wish I could have done in the second round or final, but yeah. So then 5x5 round 2, until this competition, my average of 100 at home in 5x5 was faster than my official single. So I finally beat that. I got a 115, which isn't good, but is at least better than the 119 that I had before. 3x3 round 2, I did that actually Saturday night. Cubologist judged a few of my solves, and I got a 13 average, which was really slow, but I wasn't planning on making finals, so I wasn't too worried about it. We got 15 people watching. Very nice. I think that's pretty good for me. So yeah. And then clock finals. So I didn't talk about this in round 1, but I used the magnetic clock. I got the okay from the delegates, and they said they are competition legal, and so I used it. And then in the final round, it started off bad. Let's see, clock, here it is. I started off with a 6.1 and a 7.4. So I recorded those 2 solves, and I stopped recording after that because there pretty much wasn't a chance of me getting anything good. But then I got a 6.3, a 5.4, and then a 7.5. The last solve definitely should have been a 5 or a 6, so it could have been an alright average, but it ended up being 6.64 with the magnetic clock. And yeah, I felt it worked pretty well. I definitely prefer it because a lot of times when I would lock up on clock, it was because I wouldn't get the pin pushed all the way through, and it would just kind of jam it up. But with this, it's like impossible to have it halfway through because the magnets are going to attract one way or the other. So I ended up getting 1st place. Jacob Ambrose DNF'd. So that wasn't great. He definitely had a chance at winning. But Felix, I do have some Rubik's clocks. I probably won't have time to check on all of them until after the weekend. But I do have at least 2 that are decent that I could sell. So yeah, then we had lunch. We got like Subway. I don't know if it was delivered or what. Being filmed definitely messes with the competition nerves. Daniel. I wonder if Daniel said that, or I did take Sarah's regulation quiz. I did pretty well. I don't remember what it got. Josh, I showed my non-cubing friends Cube Depot, and they ordered from there during school. That's cool. Yeah. So lunch we had a Subway, and each of like the box lunches had a cookie in it. So we had even more cookies, which was great. And then see what happened next. 4x4 round 2 didn't go well. I got a DNF and a 50 something, and my best single was like 3 seconds over the average that I got in round 1. So yeah, it was not good. And then after 4x4 we had Megaminx Finals. That was kind of fun. They did like finals stationary, except clock finals. They didn't do that because who cares about clock finals? So Megaminx Finals, I was 4th in round 1, so I was sitting at the 4th station, and I was hoping to do better than round 1 because round 1 was like a terrible average, and it was a 104, and then I DNF'd my first solve of finals. So after that, I was pretty worried because I usually get at least one like really bad solve during a Megaminx average, and my next one was a minute 10, so I was pretty much done at that point. Ended up finishing 7th, which yeah, elk cubing will be good day after tomorrow. Pretty excited. I can actually grab later on in the stream. I'll grab the quiz and send it in the chat. I don't want to open Facebook right now, but I will later. The regulations quiz. So that was Megaminx Finals. Kit was my judge. Pretty good, pretty good. After judging most of your clock solves, I started taking clock seriously, and I'm sub 15 after 100 solves. Very nice, yeah. You judged all of my final solves, and then I think a couple in round 1 maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting event. So, and then 6x6 finals, I made it to that. I think I was 12th in round 1, the last person to make it. And then ended up getting 11th in the final. I got a personal best single in 6x6. And it was the only solve of that average that had double parity. So the other 2 solves were just really bad. I don't know what happened, but yeah. And then we had, after that was Pyraminx Finals, and this went pretty well. I had David Woner for my judge for 6x6 and Pyraminx Finals. I must not have had him for 6x6. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But anyway, I had him for Pyraminx Finals. You know, it was 7x7 in Pyraminx. I don't remember who was my judge for 6x6. But anyway, so he judges my Pyraminx Finals, and I was on the slow side because they had like 2 stages where they were doing finals. And so there's the fast stage, which was places 1 through 6. And I got 7th in Pyraminx round 1 because I did bad. So that took a lot of pressure off. I got to solve next to Walker. It was pretty good, and the scrambles were really easy. I kind of messed up on a couple of them. I think I'm going to do a Pyraminx walkthrough solve video on them. But I got a 4.04 average, which is my second best average ever. And I got 3rd place. Saranch messed up pretty bad. He probably should have gotten 1st place, but he got nervous. He was solving next to Simon, who got 1st place in round 1. And actually, everyone who was on the podium, so all top 3 people, were from Wisconsin. And how the regional championships work is only people from certain states can get the regional title. And Wisconsin was not included in the Heartland regionals. So Walker ended up getting the regional champion for Pyraminx. It was pretty fun. I was glad to make it on the podium in Pyraminx. I definitely wasn't expecting to. I was hoping to get a decent average and make it on the podium, but like I said, I certainly wasn't kind of expecting to. So that was Pyraminx, and then I didn't make Square 1 finals, and then I did 7x7 finals. And that went all right, I think. I got a personal best single and average. I was solving next to Daniel Rose Levine, and David Woner was my judge, which I was more excited about. Pretty cool guy. So that was 7x7, and then my last event, after 7x7 finals, I went and just sat with Damien, our cubologist. Really enjoyed talking to him for a while. So for pretty much all the finals, I just sat with him. And then I had to go up and do blindfolded finals, so I got a personal best single and average in round 1. And then in round 2, I beat the single with an average. Excuse me. So my single in round 1 was 138.87, and my average in round 2 was 138.44 with a 135 single. So it was like 143, 135, 136. I was pretty happy with that. I didn't have any good like blindfolded results, and I only beat my single by around 3 seconds from before, but still nice to now have an average underneath that. And then pretty much after that was just like finals and stuff for everything I didn't make, like 4x4, 2x2, 3x3. And then awards were pretty good. They had some nice awards. I'll grab them. So they have these trophies, which are just kind of standard. They're kind of flimsy up top, but they look nice. And then for like the Heartland champions, they had like medals on like a lanyard that you could wear around your neck, and then they also had cash prizes, which was pretty nice. For each of the events, the food around there was like really expensive, so all of my cash prizes just went to paying for food for the weekend. Yeah, and then after that, we stayed in the venue and talked and cleaned up for a long time, and we got everything cleaned up, and we went back to the presidential suite. As part of like the package deal for staff, they had a couple of suites, and one of them was the presidential, which is like the biggest room there. So there was like 3 rooms to it, and it was really cool. So we went up there and we checked all of the scorecards and all of the FMCs and everything, and we ordered some pizza up there, and got a noise complaint. Wasn't for me. So yeah, it was unfortunate you had to leave early, David, but I get that. So we get some pizza. We ordered Domino's, have it delivered. Took a while, but it was all right. And then and after that, we just kept checking scorecards and talking. Eric Zhao and Saranj came up after a while, and then left the hotel around midnight, right around midnight. So GR Cuber 99 Rodriguez, hey, how's it going? Just finishing up going over everything that happened at the Heartland Championships. So yeah, and then one interesting thing that happened was I didn't get any DNFs in any of the blindfolded events I competed in. But I did get DNFs in 3x3, 4x4, Megaminx, and Clock. So, a bunch of DNFs in cited events, but yeah. So I got home at around 4:30 in the morning, which is kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting to kind of hang out until late and get home. But yeah, so also for 2x2, I got another old plastic 2x2 and I used it in round 2 because it actually turns pretty good. A lot of like the other old plastic 2x2s I have are either like need to be cleaned out or like brand new, so that was kind of nice to get it and get got a 4-second average. The Claw, hey, how's it going? Let's see, anything else that happened at Heartland? I'm trying to think. They had these bags. That Cuber lady had these bags made. Should be able to see it here. And it has the year on it and the logo. And they're very nice bags. Very, very high quality, it seems. I don't know what it can fit really, but it can fit a 6x6, I think. So I don't think it would fit a 7x7 too easily, but yeah, pretty nice stuff. Had these for sale. I got a nice staff shirt. It's a polo shirt with the logo on the back and it says staff on the front. Anyway, for Megaminx, I used remember dropping your clock on your first round 1 solve. Oh yeah, when it fell on the table, that's right. And right after finals, Walker was going to use my clock, and so I was carrying it to put it in his cover for them to scramble, and I dropped it, and one of the magnets came off, and so I had to quickly glue it back on for him so he could compete. Anyway, Megaminx, I used my magnetic Galaxy version 2. I did use the Galaxy version 2 that Chris Tran sent me for, I think, 2 solves in round 1. Because it is set up better than mine, I think. Mine's kind of fast. And possibly a little loose, but I couldn't get it on like really good tensions with the magnets and everything, so it was some good stuff, but Megaminx didn't go well. I'm hoping next week Megaminx will go much better. I have at least 1 round at PBAQ AAC, so yeah. What else? Let's see. I think that's most everything. If you guys have any questions about the competition or anything else, I'll probably do some solves here before leaving. I think I'll probably stream some tomorrow if I get a chance. I'm hoping to have a chance at least. But yeah, so let's see. I don't know if there's any other like easy scrambles. There's some pretty easy scrambles in 2x2 round 2. Are you staff for elk cubing? Yes, I am. I'm staff on every competition that I go to. I'm on staff at every competition. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, even for like nationals and stuff, I never go to a competition without staffing now. It'd be really weird if I went to a competition and didn't staff. So looking forward to it. Let's see, we can talk about elk cubing a little bit. I haven't really looked at the schedule or anything too much. So I'll pull it up here. I'm pretty excited. Elk cubing, for those that don't know, is the day after tomorrow. It's around an hour and a half away. Pure Scrambles 2 sub 4s. Yeah. Let's see. That was in round 1. I can try and find those and look at them eventually. But why was it called U.S. Nationals until 2017 when they changed it to Cubing USA Nationals? So U.S. Nationals is run by Cubing USA, and that separates it easily, discernible, definable. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Distinguishable. That's it. It's easily distinguishable between other national championships because U.S. Nationals doesn't imply cubing. It just implies a national championship. But Cubing USA is the place that runs it, and it lets people know that it's cubing. So that's why they changed it. Makes a lot more sense. What coast do you think is the fastest overall? I'd have to go with East Coast. Although currently most of the world records would be like West Coast, but that's just between like Kevin and Max. So, but overall, I think East Coast is probably faster. There's a lot like stricter cutoffs over there and everything. So, yeah. Let's see, elk cubing. So, for those that don't know, we're starting to name Wisconsin competitions after cats, and elk cubing is not a cat name, and that would be the fault of Splenker Mats. Yeah, he's just not that creative with naming. I gave him some good ideas after he announced it, but I'm not sure what events I'm going to do, if any. I haven't quite decided yet. If there's any requests, let me know. Do you think you can get a sub 10 average for elk? In 2x2, yeah, definitely. 3x3 is a little bit harder. Have you been able to magnetize the new Dyne 3x3? Yeah, I can grab one. I did magnetize the stickerless one. It's really not that good. Yeah. So, yeah. I have the stickerless one here that I magnetized. Any tips for the first cross on clock from the start? Try, with a lot of practice, you'll be able to pretty much inspect a cross pretty much immediately. Although that's coming from me, and I don't use a pin order, so I think it is easier for me to spot crosses right away. I think not using a pin order helps with finding a cross, but aside from that, try inspecting crosses on both sides. So, Mohammed, hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it. This is the new Dyne 3x3 with magnets. I need to add more magnets to make them stronger. And also there's like some glue residue on the outside, which wasn't there before, but yeah, this is the new Dyne 3x3. The Zhang. I have this black one that's not magnetized, but it's not good. So, yeah. Let's see. Elk cubing. Got 5x5 starting at 9 o'clock. 5x5, I'll probably just use someone else's. Because I do pretty bad at 5x5 officially. Hopefully I can get some good results in that. But it appears that there's only one round, and it's first thing in the morning, so that could be kind of rough. But and then 3x3 round 1. My personal best on 6x6 is around 2 minutes 7 seconds. So, how were you able to get the pieces apart? There are screws underneath each piece at the bottom of the corner and edge. Just use a little screwdriver and put it in there and get it out. Yeah. Let's see. So 3x3, I'd like to get a sub 10 average. Galaxy V1 or V2. If you have a magnetic version 1, I don't think it's necessary to upgrade. But the version 2 is better not magnetic than the first one is not magnetic, in my opinion. Let's see. We only have 2 rounds of 2x2. That's good. But one-hander, there's only 1 round of one-hand. This is going to be a pretty boring competition as far as events goes. Yeah, it's just 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, one hand. So, let's see. Sponsor Cube Depot. That's right. So, Volk M or Volk Power M. I've got both of them right here, and I think I like the Volk Power M more. The regular Volk is pretty good, but I like the Volk Power a lot. I think I'm going to use it for one-handed this weekend, and see how that goes. Hoping to get some sub 20s. I should probably practice one hand today. So yeah. Got the Cosmic Volk Power M. Yeah. Is anybody going to Santa Fe Spring 2018? I'd really like to go to a competition in the Southwest again, but I will not be at that one. I wish I was, though. So, switch to the Power Core and the normal Volt Core. Are they really different? I'd expect them to be pretty much the same. I guess they are different. This one's got more hair on it. Yeah. Are you getting the YJ MGC when it comes out? I haven't tried one. I don't know. Maybe. I probably eventually if it's cheap, but I don't know. I was looking at the Coach Pigeon comp. They only have 2x2, 3x3, 5x5, 6x6 Pyraminx in one hand. Yeah. They're having, I mean, it has a huge limit, so they can't really have too many events. But yeah, I'm excited for Coach Pigeon. It's a ways off, but still pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the YJ Cube. I've seen like pictures of it, but I haven't watched anyone's videos on it because I don't really care. Yeah, let's see who's going to this competition. There's a competition in Ohio the day before, and at least one person is going to both, which is impressive because it's like a 9-hour drive between the competitions. So yeah, a lot of new competitors. Let's see here. There are I guess only 48 first-time competitors, but that's still quite a bit. So yeah. Yeah, not too many people coming from out of town. Eric Zhao was going to come to this, but he ended up changing competition, so he's going to California instead, which more power to him. Glad to see him traveling a lot. Cool stuff that he does. Yeah. Well, would you ever switch to Yao on 4x4? I used Yao for probably around 4,000 solves or so, maybe even more. And I don't know why, I just didn't prefer it. I liked Hoya better. I got better times, and I've just kind of worked my way down with Hoya to the point where I like it a lot better. So, which California comp is Eric going to? Let's find out. You could just check the registration of whichever ones, but I guess I should go to all competitions and not my competitions. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably the Bay Area speed cubing that he's going to. Do you have the YJ MGC? Someone just asked about that if I was gonna get it. I do not have it right now. I'd consider getting it once it comes out, depending on what the cost is, but I don't know. I don't have it. I haven't tried one. I haven't watched any videos about it. Yeah. Love the thumbnail. Yeah, good stuff. Nice 4-person podium. Posted the pictures on Instagram of that, and then the clock podium, and Kit had already left by the time we did it, so I was on a 4-person podium and a 2-person podium. Good stuff, but yeah. There's a competition in Florida in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I saw one on the WCA just now when I was pulling it up. Yeah, it is Bay Area speed cubing that Eric is going to this weekend. So, much better event list. Except they don't have 5x5, which I know he really likes 5x5. So, yeah. They have 5 blind though. He doesn't do that, I don't think. Yeah, one-hand. I wanted to do a bit of one-handed, since I hadn't in a long time. And when I went up to compete this past weekend, I didn't know what cube I used for one-handed, so I think I just used a GTS. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, this is not going to go too well this weekend. I'll probably just practice once I get off stream because this is probably not entertaining to watch. I was teaching one of my friends at Heartland how to solve a clock, and I got in Chris Wilson's video. Yeah, I saw that. That was interesting. Good stuff. He had a good video this time around. I liked all the slow motion. I like it better when there's more slow motion stuff, because cubing can be so fast paced that that it can be hard to see what's going on. So, I was a big fan of the video this time. All right, now I'll go grab the WCA regulations poll by Sarah Strong. Someone in the chat was asking about that earlier. And yeah, since I'm the only one that can send links in the chat, I think we'll get it. It's a pretty interesting poll. When I took it, one of the questions was like marked wrong. So even though I got it right, it said I got it wrong. Yeah. I guess you, one cuber, can put links in chat too. And Cubics Friends is so active now. Man, when I joined Cubics Friends, it was like right after it first got created in 2012, and there would be like 2 or 3 posts a day. Alright, so here we go. There is the link to the WCA regulations quiz by Sarah Strong. And yeah, it should be good. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's see. I don't think I can even podium in anything at Elk Cubing. Yeah, not one-handed, definitely. Let's see, 5x5. Can't open it. Should be able to. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Maybe try copying it and pasting in a new tab or something. I'm not sure why it wouldn't work. The link doesn't work. Oops. Maybe if I try linking it in the description. I'll try that. think it should be in the chat right now. So maybe try checking the chat. What up, CJ? Excited for the competition day after tomorrow. That's why I'm streaming today. And I also wanted to talk about the Heartland Championships. So the first like half hour, 45 minutes was about Heartland Champs, and now we're just talking about elk cubing, the non-cat named competition, and how I can't podium in anything. So maybe I'll get good at 2x2 tomorrow. Yeah, the only thing would be is if I just like pulled out a really big personal best average. So yeah. Blame Slater for the non-cat name. I do. He's just not that creative. And some people just aren't. And but he definitely should have asked, because it took me like 1 second to come up with a good cat name. Yeah. But why is Sarah Strong still doing queuing but not doing YouTube? I don't know. Good question. Hard to say, but she's a delegate now, so I imagine there's plenty of things, plenty of reasons. I could definitely see cubing but not doing YouTube. Yeah. Cat names or cat breeds? Just like cat, some cat reference in the name of the competition. What do you consider being a WCA delegate? If the need was there, I would definitely be willing to. There isn't a gigantic need for one in my area right now, so. Why is Patrick Ponce so fast that no one can catch him that lives in New Jersey? Good question. Patrick's cool. I remember talking to him before he was fast, like on Skype and at Nats 2014. Although at Nats 2014 he did make finals, so do you think you could ever hold a world record? Definitely. There's a couple of events I'd have a chance at. More so a chance at a lucky single, but there's definitely a chance I could get average in clock. Nothing else I could have a chance at average in, unless I got like 5 last layers or 4 last layer skips in a 3x3 average, which wouldn't be feasible. So really just clock is the only thing I have a chance at average. But yeah, let's see. Alright, so if there's any requests for me to do events, I can do that now. Or also let me know if the link in the chat worked. I did add it to the chat, but I don't know if it says all changes saved. I don't know if it did or not. But are you still in touch with me, myself, and Pi? No, not at all. Yeah, haven't talked to him in years, but people ask me about him all the time. Do some clock solves. Yeah, I could do that. I have a stack mat. I can get that. Got a Gen 2 stack mat here. I am excited for the free pizza this weekend. Very excited. Come to think of it, I should come up with something to get or eat for dinner tomorrow for everybody, because normally we just do pizza, but then we get like pizza the next day. So will you ever post on your Minecraft channel again? I doubt it, because the person, I was using someone else's Minecraft account, and then they told me not to, so I didn't ever buy Minecraft. Yeah, try Mini Golford. I did last 2 weeks ago when I streamed, but my computer like crashed when the timer would run for very long, so I ended up not being able to finish. Are we doing anything for Chris? I'm trying to think of something. We should definitely do something. I just haven't come up with a great idea yet. I'll pull up a CS timer and do some clock with a Gen 2 stack mat. Dixon is not his 100th competition. Saturday or Sunday is his 100th competition. He's been to 99 right now. And so, yeah. 14 should be clock. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, Pyraminx. I could do some Pyraminx, but I don't know what to see. Bottom left. Doesn't matter. Wow, that was slow. My finger just like didn't turn. That was a bad timer stop too. 9:55. Okay, that was my first solve since this weekend. Yeah, see you Sunday, CJ. Good stuff. By the way, if anyone's talking to Chris, don't mention it to him, 'cause just in case we want whatever we do to be a surprise. I imagine we'd want it to be a surprise, so just don't mention it to him before. I would really appreciate it if people would not mention to him that we're gonna do something. I don't even know if he knows it's his 100th competition. He probably does now. Someone will probably say something in the car ride. Or something, I don't know. That was a weird lockup. 12:29, good stuff. Yeah, I'm hoping to do something. I mean, we can't do something all day. And then, so I'm not sure, because, like, just getting a cake would be too cliche. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think of something. Oh, that was bad. That was 719. But yeah. I'm not sure. I've been trying to think, but I'm not sure what's something he would like to do for like 100 competitions. Wow, that was bad. Oh man, at least I didn't do this bad this weekend and ended up not in last place. Because 1198 wouldn't have even gotten me to finals. Do you know a website where you can record times? I'm using CS Timer right now. It's not showing up on the stream because I can't do the screen record at and have my computer run smoothly. So Pizza Blind Party. I don't know. Pizza Blind is just messy, I think. And also, I'm not supposed to eat like fast, so I would have to do it slow, which is no fun. And yeah. And 692. Yeah, there's plenty of websites, so CS Timer isn't. That timer's bad though. Yeah, CS Timer isn't perfect, obviously, but there's also like QQ Timer and there's some other ones too. It resets from time to time. All my times got deleted. Yeah, that can happen, but I think that'll happen with most timers. So. I gotta have my fingers like really warmed up to get any good times. Hopefully I can get something decent here in a minute. Not this time. Okay. 809. 809. Pull a prank on Chris. Do you flip the clock X2 or Y2? I flip Y2, so noon is always on top. I do not have a Gen 4 timer. I've been meaning to get one, order one from Cube Depot, but my reset button doesn't seem to be working very well today. Also, it's a Gen 2, so nothing really works well. But also in the Gen 2, it takes longer for the green light to come on. And most of my DNFs in competition are because I don't hold my hands on the timer long enough, I think. And so, yeah. Okay, that is scrambled correctly. Alright. That was 717. Also, this doesn't always record times correctly. Like a couple times I've gotten like fast clock solves and like hit the timer too hard and it would jump to like 20 seconds or 2 minutes or something. And that time it was probably correct. I just did a bad solve, but 742. Much bad. When Chris comes up to compete, replace his cube with a Rubik's brand. Someone actually came up to Christopher this weekend, and he had a Rubik's brand, and the top layer is just gone. And he's like, Chris, I tried to put Vaseline in one of my Rubik's brands, and the top layer broke off. He just had this broken Rubik's brand that he shows Chris, and it was kind of funny, but also sad because he broke his Rubik's brand. But also funny because it was a Rubik's brand that broke and they deserve to be broken, so. Wow, that was bad. Seven, 1, 2. These feel faster than they are, the timer is saying. Have you gotten a win in Fortnite? No, I haven't. I also haven't gotten a loss in Fortnite. I've never played. A lot of people ask about it though. Maybe it'd be good thing to stream or something sometime. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Wow, that was very bad. 913. Yeah, I've never. The closest I've played to Fortnite is like survival games in Minecraft. But I understand it's very popular now. The Battle Royale, I think it's called. I know a little bit about PUBG because I watched Christopher play it one time. And I listened to a podcast with the creator. So they have a office or some type of development thing, like about 30 minutes away from me for PUBG. Wow, that was lame. Okay. 934. 8-second average of 12. Alright, I'm just going to do a couple more. I'll probably get heading out here soon. I do have a lot of stuff left to do today for the competition. But yeah. Okay, that's still scrambled correctly. My timer just didn't reset. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is going bad. That'll be a DNF. Alright, so any final questions before I head out? I can answer them, but I am going to get going here soon. I might stream tomorrow, but again, not really sure if I'll have time or not. But if I do, that's definitely something I can do. Hey Natalie, just caught me at the end of the stream here. I do have a lot of work to do today. Got people coming over tomorrow for the competition. And so maybe Pepsi or Coke. I don't know. I don't drink soda at all. It's very bad for me to drink. Yao 5 versus Natalie. I don't know if that's a reference to something or just a joke, but I don't get it. I don't get a lot of stuff though. There's a lot of times people say a joke and I'm very confused. Also my edge is flipped. So Reagan Hill heading out. Just checked my Gainer SM and it has green GS nuts. Mine has blue, not green. Oh, that is unfortunate. It sounds like it's not your SM then. Yeah, I'm confused as well. So yeah, I think that should just about wrap it up. Hopefully I'll have time tomorrow if I'm home at all. There is a speed stacks competition in my town tomorrow, and cubers are coming over, so maybe we'll stop by and see what speed stacks are like. That would be kind of interesting. But yeah, bye NJ Cuber, see you later. Bye Natalie and everyone else watching. So White Cube, see ya. Alright, thanks for watching.